Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. Good evening to all of you in YouTube land. Right now the time is approximately 9:48 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Monday, September 13th, 2021. The moon is waxing in Sagittarius and the sun is transiting in Virgo. And I just realized that in the video that Drake and I just recorded, Drake more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos, I did not acknowledge my four newest YouTube channel subscribers. So let me acknowledge them now. They are Maria Kranz, Jolanda Holzel, Marsha Landino, and Chanel Rose. Chanel Rose, ooh, that is so Libra. And very Venusian, obviously. So yeah, I tended to do the high-tech thing this time around. I don't always do the high-tech thing, so you know what that means. Okay, yes. So those are my newest YouTube channel subscribers. To the four of you, thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And yes, I have the lighting over here, I have lighting over here, and I have the fan over here. How you doing? Okay, so for years I've said, and I've stated this online and off, I've stated this in person, I've stated this to people not in person, I'm very big on following my intuition, and unless I am guided and led, intuitively speaking, to do something, I don't do it. It doesn't make sense to me. And in my life, the few times that I've done something that I was neither intuitively guided nor intuitively led to do, it never works out for me. It never works out. There have been times where I did some things that I was guided and led to do that did not work out, but they are so few and far between. In fact, off the top of my head, I can only think of one thing that I was guided and led to do that did not produce the kinds of results that I wanted and expected. And I've come to realize since then that there were other, I'm going to say extenuating circumstances, but I digress. And truth be told, some of you are probably expecting me to say, that's another topic for another video for another day. But the reality is that I actually did address that in previous videos, so I really don't feel the need to address it in this one or in future videos, although I might, but it's unlikely. In the meantime, one thing that I was guided and led to do not too long ago was to begin contributing a percentage of all the monies that I receive from all avenues, channels, doors, and points of income to a particular nonprofit organization. And I will tell you that it really was challenging for me to decide which one. And through a combination of my intuition, my divine guidance, my intuitive leadings, and also my personal identity, I decided to begin contributing to, that was definitely lightning, by the way. I decided to begin contributing to an organization called All Out. Now, let me take this back a little bit, because originally I was going to begin contributing 5% of all the monies that I receive from all avenues, channels, doors, and points of income as of September 1st. That did not happen, and that would have been Wednesday, September 1st, 2021. That did not happen. And then again, as some of you know, the beginning of 2021, I encountered several physical health challenges, and the vast majority of those physical health challenges have been overcome in big or small ways. Going to Philadelphia certainly proved that. Meeting with a client for an in-person reading in Manhattan certainly proved that. And feeling strong enough and healthy enough and physically stable enough to go to Beacon on my own to to offer in-person as well as phone and video readings on site at Notions and Potions this coming weekend also proves that. So beginning as of Friday, October 1st, 2021, I am going to begin contributing 5% of all the monies that I receive from all avenues, channels, doors, and points of income to an organization called All Out. All Out is an international organization that essentially provides grassroots support, from petitions to helping people that are members of the LGBTQIA+ community to go to a safe space. It is also an organization that targets individuals in other countries that are targeting people who are members of the LGBTQIA+ community, such as yours truly. I really know, I know all too well that there are so many phenomenal and amazing nonprofit organizations and charitable organizations on the planet. There are so many. And I felt that it was important to begin donating to All Out. That's really the long and short of it. Between a combination of intuition and divine guidance and intuitive leads and my personal feelings, as well as being a member of the LGBTQIA+ community, I felt that this was important. I will definitely include a link to All Out in the description box for this video. I definitely will talk more and more about All Out in the future, and I definitely will begin, I'll probably do, I haven't decided how often, but definitely I feel like it's very important for me to begin keeping a tally of how much I donate to All Out. And I still have mixed feelings about that. I think I'm going to talk to a few people and ask them what they think about that. And certainly you in YouTubeLand, you're more than welcome to chime in as well. If you feel that doing those kinds of videos is a good thing, I'd love to hear from you. If you feel that it's not a good thing, I'd love to hear from you too. So whatever your thoughts are about this, by all means, chime in and let me know. And Durga goes away from the window. It's so funny. Hi, be careful with everything. Thank you so much, Durga. Yes, be careful. Anyway, so again, the description box will have more information about All Out. And quite frankly, I felt it was time. I felt it was time to do a little bit more than what I already do with regards to giving. And I really felt that it was time. I've needed to, as most of you know, there are certain things that I've needed to, oh, you know, Durga, why don't you come here? Because you're going to make a mess. You're going to make a mess, and I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to knock things down, and I'm not going to be happy. But look at her. This is what's called Happy Cat. And I'm going to have Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, do a close-up of Durga's neck. This is called Happy Cat, although she is observing Isis, the alpha female, who is under a chair, who wants to be as cool as possible. And yes, she is alive, she is breathing. But Isis definitely is much like me when the heat and humidity are super high. It's sort of like, I need to force myself to move. Yeah, that was definitely thunder, by the way. You know, this reminds me of Oya and Shango. Whenever Oya and Shango are having an argument, this is what happens. Although, technically, it could be Oya and Yim-Oja, or Yamaya if you prefer, because Yamaya governs the ring, and Oya governs both thunder and lightning. Although I tend to associate lightning more with Shango, and thunder with Oya, but I digress. So yeah, this is Happy Cat. Right now, Durga is supremely happy, and of course, given how much I love cats, and given that I am not the only person that does YouTube videos who loves and adores cats, I'm going to have Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos, do another close-up of Miss Happy Cat, more commonly known as Durga the Cat, formerly known as Durga the kitten. She is just like blissed out. Isn't that right, Durga? Durga. Hi. Like she was just like in La La Land. Isn't that right, Durga? So cute, so cute, cute, cute. Cute, 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 cute. Okay. She's a little annoyed with that sound. Me too. Yes, and she's purring. Oh. Anyway, so YouTube, thank you so much for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you so much for all the likes, for all the comments, for all the shares, for all the subscriptions to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for those of you who have scheduled your sessions, and thank you to those of you who have sent me monies for a coffee. Thank you so much for a coffee. Thank you so much for all the coffees you're giving me and buying for me. Thank you for buying me a coffee. And yes, you're more than happy to buy me a coffee, in case you're wondering, that's spelled capital K, lowercase o, hyphen, lowercase f, as in Frank, lowercase I. Capital K as in Kathleen, O as in Oliver, hyphen, F as in Frank, I as in Iris. Coffee. You know. Thank you again for honoring who I am and what I do. Thank you so much to all of you who have contributed to All Out in the past. Thank you to those of you who are going to begin contributing to All Out in the near future. And I wish all of you a beautiful night, a wonderful week, a glorious weekend, and as always, stay tuned for the next video. Isn't that right, Dirk? Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. And good night.